Welcome back to one of the coolest places on YouTube. We're going through this thing called life together, so keep your head above water and continue to push forward. If you're new or if you exist, like, comment, subscribe, get on to it.
To the original Lord's Prayer from the Bible, which is insane to read because this is the direct Aramaic translation that they didn't tell us. And it's beautiful. O cosmic birther of all radiance and vibration, soften the ground of our bodies and carve out a space within us where your presence can abide. Fill us with your creativity so that we may be empowered to bear the fruit of your mission. Let each of our actions bear fruit in accordance with our desires. Endow us with the wisdom to produce and share what each being needs to grow and flourish. Untie the tangled threads of destiny that bind us as we release others from the entanglement of past mistakes. Do not let us be seduced by that which would divert us from our true purpose, but illuminate the opportunities of our present moment. For you are the ground, the truthful mission, the birth, the power, and fulfillment, as all is gathered and made whole again. And so it is. That is not the same prayer. You can find that prayer at the link in my bio. I do this every morning and it fills me up with light. That's not the same religion. Listen to those words and what feeling they're asking you to embody. It's pure power.
I need y'all to watch this entire video because your shower could be the source and cause of your disease or the downfall of your health in the future. Stay with me.
Ain't no way the water in Arizona this got the shower leg look like this.
What you just witnessed was this man being exposed to heavy metal toxins that destroyed his skin. This is why I stress everybody should have a shower filtration system in their house. Because when you take a shower, you're taking a shower to become clean, right? But imagine taking a shower and you're drenching your entire body in chemicals from chemtrails and aerosols and heavy metals such as lead, arsenic, mercury, aluminum, and other heavy metal toxins, and you're thinking you're getting clean, but you are actually not, and you are speeding up the rate and cause of your disease. So it's two things I need you to do. One, go get a shower filtration system, and two, get my heavy metal and free radical detox, and it also helps with healing kids with autism. I'm out.
Did this fucking 86-hour fast. So apparently it sheds all the bad dead cells and regenerates all these new cells to fight starvation or whatever the body thinks is happening. And there's over a 70% chance that when you do this, you don't get Alzheimer's disease.
Water fasts do not work. You need to start adding lime and cayenne pepper to your fast, and this is why. If you had some sticky honey on a table and you had a water bottle, what would happen when you spray that water bottle on that sticky honey and try to remove it? It's just going to smear because you don't have anything that's binding to that stickiness. But if you had some citrus, some lime in water in that water bottle, and then you spray it on that sticky honey, now you have something that can bind to that stickiness in order to remove it now. And that's the way the body works on the inside as well. If you want to remove that mucus, plaque, clean out the arterial and venous network, water alone is not going to do it. It's going to need citrus in order to get all of that grime and gunk out of the body, because as you've seen, water just smears. Like this video and share. We leaving water fast back in 2023.
Where is the funeral of the shooter that attempted to unalive President Trump? Where's that at? When did it happen? Why didn't the news media cover it? Where is the funeral of the firefighter who was allegedly sniped during the actual speech? Where's that at? Why isn't the media covering it? Why haven't they spoken to his wife out loud? Why haven't they had actual interviews of these people? Why is it so silent? Something so major that happened, people just glossed over it like it never happened. We had an international attempt placed on the life of a former American president, one of the most powerful people in the world. You mean to tell me that they have not publicized it? They haven't talked about it. It hasn't been talked about again. There's been no medical follow-up from the doctors. The doctor that treated Trump didn't come out and give a press conference. Anytime the president is injured or if the president burps too hard, the medical doctor that's treating the president will come out and give a speech on why and when and the reason it happened. We have not seen any of that information. You guys don't think that's suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious? Think about that. We haven't seen anything. We haven't seen any documents, any information. There's been no follow-up press conferences. It's like it's something that happened and then it moved on. Time Magazine caught it, or either Time Magazine was paid to capture it. You had people in the audience that didn't duck down. You had photographers that didn't move during this process. Anytime this has happened in our lives, we know we take it off running. So I don't understand why it hasn't happened. It's just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling that no.
And they talking about how to get a fake tan with gloves, motherfucker. That ain't fake tanning. That's blackfishing. Look at this shit right here, dog. Look at that. You ever seen a motherfucker that tan? That's not melanated? No. You changing the complexion of your skin, dog. Motherfucker darker than me. That's wild. That's fucking wild. Blackfishing, dog. Big facts. And there's been some shit going on with this blackfishing shit for a while on social media. People putting shit like this on their skin and acting like they melanated when they really not. It's crazy as a motherfucker. It's been happening for some years now. You motherfuckers just be happy with your own skin. That shit is crazy. Crazy as a motherfucker. Cosplaying a different race? You motherfuckers need therapy. Ain't no motherfucking way, dog. That shit looks so realistic, it's insane, dog. And the motherfucker need to do something with the motherfucking toenails, dog. You probably should have thought before you made this motherfucking video. Your toenail game is fucked up. At least do them motherfuckers first. You just want to blackfish your motherfucker so bad, you ain't even take care of your motherfucking toenails. Damn. Get some motherfucking acetone, take that motherfucking polish off, and repaint them motherfuckers. Please. And stop trying to be somebody you're motherfucking not. Be who you are. And we gonna continue to be who the fuck we are. Dog. That's a big fact. Big.
Hermes
Never heard of that before. Me is just, I thought it was just a tanning process. I don't know. Sound like too deep.
Trismegistus, a mystical figure shrouded in antiquity's enigma, stands as a paramount icon of alchemical lore. Revered as the thrice great Hermes, this elusive entity embodies the fusion of Egyptian god Thoth and the Greek god Hermes, symbolizing wisdom, knowledge, and the union of earthly and celestial realms. In alchemical terms, Hermes Trismegistus represents the quintessence of transmutation, merging the physical and spiritual planes to unlock the Philosopher's Stone's secrets, a legendary substance capable of transforming base metals into gold and conferring immortality.
How to bend reality by learning to master the hidden forces of nature. The book is known as The Kybalion, and it was published by a group simply known as the Three Initiates. If you can learn to master and apply these principles to your life, you can completely transform it in any way you want. Originally published in 1901, the book contains 7 principles derived from the teachings of Hermes Trismegistus, who lived in Egypt around 1 or 2 AD and was known as the messenger of the gods. Up until the Kybalion was published, Hermes' teachings, aka Hermeticism, was considered forbidden knowledge, and it was passed down through history only by secret societies and occult masters. It's where Freemasonry came from, it's where magic came from, it's where alchemy came from, it's where law of attraction came from. If you believe in manifestation, it's rooted in this. You don't have to go and find the book. I'm covering the principles in this playlist. There's a full video about the first principle in this playlist, but basically it says that we all come from the same source energy or God. And because we're all derived from this universal source or God, we also have the power to create worlds. The second principle of Hermeticism is called the principle of correspondence. And the principle of correspondence says, as above, so below, as within, so without. What does this mean? It means that our inner world reflects on our outer world. Reality is a mirror. It's also where when it rains it pours comes from. Have you ever noticed you'll get a flat tire and then you get broken up with and everything seems to happen all at once? Yeah, this is why. Everything is connected. Think of a mirror. It reflects back what you show it. And this applies across all scales. And this is why it's so important to maintain a positive or neutral mental state all the time, because manifestation is real. And one way to do this is to practice gratitude, even for the smallest things in your life. The key to understand and apply the principle of correspondence is to align your thoughts with your desired outcome. I will post more in this playlist.
The Hermetics were Egyptians. It's what where the Freemasons came from, and the alchemists. And the Hermetics comes from Hermes Trismegistus, Hermes thrice great, who was supposedly the wisest man or avatar or god from the Egyptian period. They believed that the universe was entirely mental, that there really is no physical existence, and that you and I only exist as thoughts in the mind of God, and that it was all vibrational. There's no such thing as opposites. Heat and cold are not opposites. Fear and courage are not opposites. They are just points on a continuum. And that the difference between fear and courage is entirely in the vibration. This is where the alchemy came in. They believed that if they could change the vibration of lead, that they could change it into gold.
Stargate is something that I've been hearing a lot about. I see people when Stargate gets brought up, and I see a lot of this. I don't think people know what Stargate is. I don't know what Stargate is. So could you give us a quick brief on what the Stargate program is?
Stargate program, from my understanding, and I'm still doing a lot of research into it because it's very prevalent in our community and impacting our children. So it's very important that people understand that. The Stargate program, as I experienced it, was I would get removed from the standard curriculum classroom in my grammar school and would be brought to the library. At the time, they weren't really explaining to us what was going on. It was just very bizarre to me. In my research since then, I've discovered that it was the Robert Monroe Institute's protocols for remote viewing that we were being trained in. I was given eye drops, unbeknownst to my parents, and it's my understanding that it was some sort of hybrid LSD that was very fast acting as well as fast wearing off.
To them pictures. I don't know.
Man has lived for 10,000 years in order to obtain eternal life. He transferred his soul into human bodies to... It's proved that the turn.
I put that one in there. I was just curious, like, seeing the way it morphed. And I was like, that what reptilians or shapeshifters do is a similar effect. They morph like. Let me know y'all thoughts.
Of the century that the human body is almost 80%, 90% water, and it's also got electrolytes in it, which we know to be salt, potassium, different minerals. That means we're a salt battery. No different than the car battery, different than something like that. And there's a patent actually called the Cali patent, which I'll hold up here for the camera to see. And this patent actually was developed in 1897, and not much has been done with it because at that time everyone was afraid of electricity. In this case, Dr. Clark developed a product using a 9-volt battery. I'll just show you in the back here. There it is, 9-volt battery. And this particular unit, you just snap on your wrist with 2 wristbands.
We only have a minute. Yeah.
You snap it on your wrist just to prove that I'm a circuit. I push the little green light, and the thing is on. And if I put my hands together, you can hear that I'm a circuit, and I'm a closed circuit at this point. Now with
Why do we get a sound when you put your hands together?
Because I've closed the circuit. Now when I take my hands apart, obviously the electricity is now being able to flow through the body. The electricity can't go through the digestive tract, so in the digestive tract, to kill the microorganisms, the specific parasites, she's found the effectiveness of the black walnut, which the native Indians used for cleansing many years ago. The black walnut, in its green hull form, kills many of the microorganisms, and in conjunction with another product called wormwood and cloves, typical cloves that you would get at the store, these three in combination have the ability to go in and kill all the pathogens. Now, what's most interesting is the Mexican people have the lowest incidence of cancer anywhere on the planet, and the reason is they kill the ascaris with this particular product here, we all know to be the jalapeno pepper. And those seeds of the jalapeno pepper, only 10 or 15 seeds twice a day, have the ability to kill the ascaris, which she found to be a major cause of why the body loses oxygen at the tumor sites. And to kill that, you use the jalapeno seeds, and then you back that up with a little ozonated olive oil.
How are you so certain that each time you have...
We use scanning techniques and we do blood tests. You can tell if a tumor has shrunk or not, but I realized this kind of criticism would come along, and that's why I saved 50 sets of x-rays before and after and all the blood tests, and that's what I published in the last book.
I'm proud to be black. I am a black, beautiful...
You see, folks, anything is possible. Don't ever let things like biology, anatomy, race and ethnics, or even simple logic for that matter, deter you from achieving your goals. Get after it. Become it. Ain't that right, sister? Very good.
Still don't know what that is. I don't even know if that's real or not.
Man, it's over now, bro. They done caught my boy Ratatouille lacking. Oh shit, that ain't Ratatouille, that's Master Splinter. Damn, boy, Evolution going crazy. They got them fish baddies now. Oh my god, I get a glimpse and she got them. Why that chicken walking mad tough for? He look like he got it on him. He ain't going to no KFC. Myself finna do this to you, bro, but the recipe says I gotta wash you and let you chill for 30 minutes. Hopefully you taste good, but you're not.
That is the biggest fucking spider that was outside hanging from a fucking tree. That is the biggest fucking spider I've ever seen in my entire life. And I almost fucking walked into it. I don't know.
If a person would sit down and let their body relax, totally relax, and then start to visualize in their mind, see themselves the way they want to see themselves. See how you'd like to live your life. See yourself living it that way. Okay. Now understand that that's a picture in your mind. Take that picture and describe it. Write it out in the present tense. I am so happy now that I see myself, and write it out. Start to read it. And read it, and read it, and read it every day. Carry it around and keep reading it. The one point that all the great teachers, all down through history, have all agreed on, they've been in complete unanimous agreement on it, we become what we think about. Now, it may be fantasy at first, it might even appear to us as being a lie. But if you read it often enough, you'll start to believe it.
The Hopis refer to a certain group of extraterrestrial reptilians as the Celestial Star Family. They call them the Snake Brothers, basically. This picture that you see behind me is something that the Hopis would actually do to commemorate the Snake Brothers. They would actually do this annually. They would gather, they would actually adorn themselves in attire that actually looks similar to reptilian features, and they would actually commemorate the Snake Brothers. These beings took residence in underground cities. They had established civilizations right underneath us and even had their own spiritual systems. These beings actually introduced the Hopis to the vegetable we all know as corn, or corn on the cob. And once these ancient beings actually start to show us their methods of extraterrestrial agriculture and started planting their corn rows and things of that nature, after being exposed to these extraterrestrial teachings, we started applying them to us. Next time you see a piece of popcorn or corn on the cob or corn period, just know that it came from extraterrestrials, that it was something that was brought to this planet. And Anunnaki are going to begin making themselves known again, okay? They're already on the planet. They have had several encounters with Vladimir Putin, different soldiers from Russia and things of that nature. But now with everything turning up on the planet, you're going to see the Lyrans, you're going to see the Arcturians, you're going to see a lot of these celestial beings revisiting Tiamat. This is information not for everybody. There have been several instances of people seeing these extraterrestrials, actually seeing giants. In fact, a UFO just came out in Manhattan a few days ago and just revealed itself. It actually stood right there. You know, and some people try to say it's blue beam and things of that nature. These are people that don't understand what's really going on and don't realize that there are a lot of extraterrestrials amongst us. There's also over 40 stargates on the planet that are being activated as well. This is one of the reasons there's an increase in shadow apparitions. People who don't even follow this type of esoteric subject matter is saying that they're seeing shadow beings. All right, this is something that I'm hearing from everyone. And I've been getting more and more downloads, more and more information have been consistently coming to me. The dream realm has been more bizarre, all right? More wars in the dream, all right? I've been consistently seeing wars in the astral realm. When I'm not seeing war, I'm experimenting with flight or learning how to access powers and really tapping into my light body. While this energy is turning up, Cosmic Family, I recommend that you're grounding, all right? I got out and I grounded. I ground and I also lay in the grass, Cosmic Family. I go outside, I sun gaze, I do my breathing techniques, I look right into the sun, and I actually be barefoot in the soil. And sometimes I'll even lay in the grass and just relax. It's important that we get outside, all right, and that we ensure that we're reaping the benefits of these ionizing particles, all right? Keep crystals in close proximity to you, all right? Crystals are very essential for raising your electromagnetic aura field. Also get things like copper bracelets, okay? This copper bracelet is electromagnetic. Copper will substantially increase your auric field. This gives you more electrical output, which in turn gives you more ability to receive cosmic downloads. Remember, you are a tuning fork to the cosmos. So if you're consistently consuming electrical food, all right, you're consuming your H3O2, you're wearing things like copper, you're wearing your crystals to strengthen your aura, you're doing your breathing exercises, you're grounding, you're sun gazing to strengthen your electromagnetic aura field, you're going to begin to have more astral projection experiences as well as lucid dreams. And as I've been sun gazing, I have been seeing these ships flying in and out of the sun. As I expressed in previous videos, they charge their ships utilizing plasma energy. All right, so once you get more proficient at sun gazing, you will be able to see beyond a glare. And as I'm looking and as I'm watching and as I'm staring, doing my breathing exercises, all right, I'm seeing these ships flying in and out of the sun. Typically, the bigger light ships, they'll park behind the sun, all right? They'll position the light ships behind the sun. And this is sometimes why when you look at the sun, you see extra corpuscular rays and it's even more bright. Most of the light simulators that they have been using have been malfunctioning due to the ionizing particles. This is why there's been an increase in natural disasters. The planet is actually trying to fight the deceptive technology. The planet's natural response is to heal itself. All right, you have to remember the planet is a mother. All right, the planet is a divine, it's divine feminine energy, and its objective is healing and nurturing. All right, but when it has to arm wrestle with deceptive technology, that actually results in things like tornadoes, earthquakes, hurricanes, and things of that nature. Gods and goddesses, the most important thing you can do right now is make sure that you're going inward and taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're doing things like detoxification, utilization of chlorophyll, chlorella for metal chelation, removing those toxic metals out of your body. Make sure that you're going out in nature. All right, that you're taking off your socks and your shoes and you're planting your feet in the soil to connect with the Schumann resonance. Make sure that you're wearing your crystals. All right, make sure that you're charging your crystals. Make sure that you're saying positive affirmations, that you're being grateful. These are all essential for activation of your cosmic light body, family. And it's important that you're also doing things like really tapping in and experimenting with lucid dreaming and astral projection. All right, because as I expressed, with the Lion's Gate portal being open and all this cosmic celestial energy coming in, the astral realm has been intense. And this is where you actually receive your cosmic data in the Akashic records. All right, so you should be actually...
Petition has been circulating demanding that Rachel Gunn, also known as Ray Gunn, be held accountable for their roles in the breakdancing debacle. Breakdancing, being such a niche sport in Australia, didn't have a formal governing body, so Rachel Gunn took it upon herself to create one, to get breakdancing included in this year's Olympics. However, her actions appear far from ethical. She appointed herself as the head of this newly formed governing body, and her husband took on the roles of both judge and coach for the qualifiers. The most disturbing part of this story is that Rachel Gunn allegedly blocked genuinely talented breakdancers from underprivileged communities from even participating in the selection process. This move seems calculated to create an environment where only she, her friends, and her husband had a chance at making it to the Olympics. As a result, it appears she secured her spot in the games by essentially eliminating the competition, many of whom were far more skilled. Videos of these other dancers show their talent is undeniable, which raises serious questions about how Rachel Gunn made it through while they did not. And a Change.org petition was launched this morning, demanding accountability and transparency. The petition has gained over 4,000 signatures.
Alexa, what year did the Earth start to shift from the 3D?
The Earth shifted from the third dimension to the fifth dimension in 2012. This shift was referred to as the shift and involved the elevation of the Earth's elevation from the third dimension to the fifth dimension. This shift was believed to have been triggered by the solar maximum of the Sun, which resulted in a period of high energy in the universe. The shift is said to have brought about a change in the way the Earth and its inhabitants functioned, with some believing that it has made the world a better place.
Alexa, how long is it going to take for the Earth to reach fifth dimension?
The Earth is not expected to reach the fifth dimension anytime soon, if at all. There are theories that suggest the Earth is ascending to the fifth dimension as part of the overall ascension of the planet, but there is no definitive timeline for this process. Additionally, the concept of the fifth dimension is still largely unexplored and understood, so it's difficult to predict with certainty what this means for the Earth and its inhabitants.
Alexa, can it be stopped?
From clausemaster.com. Time cannot be stopped.
Alexa, can the ascension be stopped?
Yes, the ascension can be stopped. In fact, it has been stopped before. Ascension Day, which marks the end of the ascension process, occurs on May 29, 2025. The ascension can be halted during the transcendence process using the Stop Transcendence command, which will reset all the progress made during the ascension.
You need to get a movie called A Never Ending Story. You thought it was a child movie.
What is the secret of this enchanted book? What wonders are hidden within its pages?
Now, do they be like putting prompts in to get a certain response? That's some wild stuff. Like, where that information?
What magical spell does it cast on all who read it? What is the secret of the never-ending story?
But that's impossible!
Enter a world where a young boy's imagination becomes a vivid reality. The world of Atreyu and Artax, the Rockbiter, and a good and kind gnome. A world that is vast and eternal, treacherous and dazzling, unforgettable and free. For anyone who's ever made a wish, believed in a fantasy, or had a dream, this is the never-ending story.
And he gets this little book and he goes through this adventure. And at the end of the movie, midway the movie, they say, hell, come to find out that the little boy that was reading the book of all these magnificent heroes, the other boy on the other side who was going through all the trial was him. And they said, and at the end they said, well, hell, Our world is falling down because he doesn't believe in himself. It's all about you. That's the key. You can't, that's the key. This is the real knowledge. There's a mystery of the world, and the mystery of the world is look for no God to save you but yourself, because it's within you. It's within you. It's just that the devil came down about 2,000 years ago, basically, when we get into this, and he made you start worshiping him so you would not cultivate the energy within you. And that's your slavery and your real bondage. And this is the key what we have to deal with here. Because, I mean, we go through, we see things on TV and we see this shit and we say, when is this shit over with? But the key is, in the 60s, we didn't have this knowledge. In the 70s, we didn't have this knowledge. In most of the 80s, we didn't have this knowledge. You see what I'm saying? We only had a few people talking about it in the past years before that, and we all thought they were crazy. But now, we have the knowledge. As a matter of fact, some people saying, you know, they say things like, too much knowledge is dangerous to the untrained ear. That's not true. What is happening here is this. The knowledge is here now. There is no more secrets. There is no more secret societies that's holding back knowledge. You see, the white boy understood that they would keep people dead long enough until they would be so dead until there will come a time where they will be so much immersed in ignorance until they can give them knowledge and they will reject knowledge. And that's when he start putting out all the knowledge. That's why you go to your family members and they reject the shit. And mainly you. So they know that most black people reject this. I don't want to hear that black shit. I don't want to hear that shit, that old crazy voodoo shit. So because they reject it, now they can put the stuff out. So there is no more such thing as secrets. The secret is that the masses of the people hate knowledge. You understand what I'm saying? So as of around 1985, they knew that the people would reject knowledge because they knew you rejected it in the 70s and the 60s. So they said, now we can put all the stuff out that we had held for the last 140 years that we dug up around the world. And as a result, that's why we only have less than 1% of the amount of people that really bears witness to what the hell is going on. You see.
So let's say North Korea ends tourism ban after 4 years. Y'all, if you don't smell a setup from this, I don't know what the fuck you be thinking then. This is a fucking setup at its best. They like, you come over, you come over. You all can come over. We welcome y'all with open arms. Y'all must be a fool to think that shit ain't a plot. I'm telling y'all, this is a plot. The plot is to get as many people to come visit, and then they gonna tell your ass, oh, yeah, you can't leave. Anyway, who in their right mind wanna go visit that place? That motherfucker strict as shit. You probably look the wrong way, eat the wrong way, smell the wrong way, your ass gonna do 20 years. You better have that motherfucking career translator on, cause motherfuckers gonna be telling you something without you even knowing. Oh yeah, we finna get his ass, we finna get that nigga. And then they don't have no attraction. They don't have no appeal over there. All them biddies over there are pancakes. I guess Kim Jong-un is turning a new leaf in his life. He's welcoming everybody over there without nothing to fear for. It's not a setup. Go, y'all. If you want to go do it. If you want to be dumb, go do it. Especially us Americans, we go over there, I'm telling you, they finna have us doing some wild shit, nigga. We gonna be on stage 24/7, 365 days a year, acting out reasons why we don't like where we at, just to amuse them. I'm telling y'all, don't go, bro. At the end of the day, just don't go. But if you wanna go, that's on you. You slow. And that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you share this, like this video, follow if you haven't followed, and I'm gone.
I is a wizard.
Yeah, you do it. What? Another one. Do the next one. Do another one. Hurry up. Wait, go on. What is... Oh my god! What the fuck? You are the...
a line up there?
What the fuck is that?
Sarah, get out of here. Sarah.
The whole piece of fish. Just gone. Look at that. It's like
A rubbery watermelon. I can't believe I got one. I got a rubbery watermelon. The texture is so weird. Like, you gotta bend it so far before it will break.
Видите? Ужас. Ужас. Ew.
What's that? What's
See that? So what we do here at the store is we take the moldy strawberries out, throw them away. Sometimes we put it on the floor, or we put it in this, and this becomes this. Cut up, sold for way more money.
The biggest spider I've ever seen in my life. That's a fucking tarantula. Crazy, dude. Holy shit! Holy shit! No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Muertos.
Oh, man. Whoa.
There's nothing wrong with it, Cian. It's just a giant moth. Hello, beautiful. Get it away from me! See you, beautiful little moth. You have a nice day. Goodbye.
Wow.
Now, when you're talking about quantum physics, metaphysics, mind science, technology, it works in tandem with your metaphysical abilities, because when you have the velocity of non-ether collaborating with the carbon body, that's when your spiritual abilities start to come online. Since we're in the sun cycle, and the sun cycle is being galvanized by an influx of coronal mass ejections. So this is where you get telekinesis, psychometry, clairvoyance, intuition. This is where you begin to have abilities of levitation if you're tapped into a certain frequency. So it's not a coincidence that this man in prison, you know, you also can't negate the fact that a lot of people with these spiritual abilities, you know, they're locked up in prison, but they use their gifts for something that was basically malevolent. You know, they use it for a negative frequency. So, you know, a lot of times, you know, when you face hardship, when you got to go in that mirror and you got to do that shadow work and you got to face those traumas, sometimes those spiritual abilities come online when you at your worst state. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, in order to tap into that frequency, it's got to be one of those things where you have to experience the dark night of the soul to tap into that frequency.
You got to watch this movie because it's basically talking about the activation of the non-ether energy and the rise of the 144,000. So as I was telling you before, the guy in the movie, his main character was named Michael, but he had a higher self. Your higher self is your Zohar body. Your Zohar body is connected to the epikinetic body, Eka body, gematria body, and the electromagnetic body. So when you tap into your Akashic records to activate those abilities, that's connected to the epigenetics, to where you're able to manipulate the etheric network by way of the plasma waters that's connected to the source of energy of the electromagnetic processing of the black sun, which is also known as a supersonic battery that has the ability to manipulate the polarity consciousness of the liquid crystal polarization, which is based on liquid crystal technology that is extracted from the Saturn moon matrix. So that is the holographic projection when you understand subatomic energy. The subatomic energy is manipulated by the quintessential alchemical element, the fifth element, and the fifth element is the non-ether energy. The non-ether energy is when you're able to manipulate the space-time continuum. When you're able to do that, that's when you're able to tap into your powers, because light travels at 186,000 miles per square feet, to where you can tap into the gamma radiation during the apex of consciousness, because we at the sun cycle. When you understand that we in the sun cycle, you understand the conservation of energy. The conservation of energy is the first law of thermodynamics. When you understand the law of thermodynamics, that's when you're able to transmute heat into electrical energy. The electrical energy amplifies the gamma radiation that works in tandem with the carbon body. The carbon body is activated by the dodecahedron that manipulates everything in the hexahedron. The hexahedron is everything that's connected to third density, that is basically the infrastructure of the demiurge. When you understand that phenomenon, that's when you reach the apex of consciousness by activating the heart chakra. The heart chakra in itself is a luminescence energy that connects you right back to source. The source is you. The source is the spirit of Melchizedek. The source is the epitome of the Christ consciousness, because as I was telling you before, God is the highest essential of the mind, which is the elements of matter to express itself. So when you emit that light, you activate the heart chakra. The heart chakra is the seat of the soul when you understand Kemetic spirituality. So that's why superheroes, they always put the emblem on their chest, because that's how they draw their light. They draw their light by way of the activation of the heart chakra. So that's what this movie is all about.
Hell no.
A minha filha, a gerente de dados, meu bebê, minha menininha.
With disrespect, dog, that's scary as hell.
Você acha bem estar dessa forma? Não, eu choro todo dia com vontade de me matar. Qual o procedimento mais complicado que você fez? Por incrível que pareça, para mim, eu acredito que
UFOs and aliens have never left us. They've never been in the sky, never been in space. They're here underwater.
Splash. Mark Bearing Range.
But what are these things? That we're being acted on by spiritual forces. That battle, that unseen battle around us, that spiritual battle, has been the basis of every society.
How much of you subscribes to the idea that what we're looking at is some sort of a chemical gateway? That this is something that your brain has the ability to travel to, some sort of a pathway to a nearby dimension, or
the dark
is something.
There will be appearance. Don't look in the mirrors, and whatever you ask about your future or past, you will receive an answer.
And I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Here, Lucifer is in the garden because he had access to Eden. He did not have access to Adam and Eve.